What's up, guys, and welcome to Two Brothers Comics. We got a really special show tonight. Me and Nick have a guest, and we're going to talk about an upcoming book that's going to be coming out next month and a contest we're running with that. So, guys, stay tuned.
Man, I love that. It looks so good, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody.
Guys. So, as you guys see, we have a special guest tonight. Our friend, Mr. Bryan SilverbaX, artist, creator, comic book man. He is got a new book coming out. It is his own creation, top to bottom. First one.
Yep.
And you didn't even have to run the Kickstarter. I mean, how awesome is that?
It's I don't know. I'm wondering if I could have done the Kickstarter and made a lot more money, not knowing this whole virus was gonna do what it did to the pre-sales and stuff.
Yeah, I can definitely see where that's definitely thrown a wrench into it. But still,
I'll never know.
Right. I mean, still cool that you got picked up, though. I know when you told me about it in the shop, I was pumped for you. I know that day. I mean, you had.
I had done a lot of work, though.
Do what?
I had done a lot of work on the Kickstarter campaign.
Oh, yeah.
I uploaded everything. I had the tiers broken down. I was just waiting. Apparently, Kickstarter, they have to approve your Kickstarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it within 30 days of when you're going to go live with the Kickstarter. So I had everything loaded. I was just waiting to get to that 30-day mark that was going to 30 days right before I wanted to launch my campaign.
Oh, wow.
It was like 3 days before that when Scout called me.
That's still pretty cool, though. So how did that work? Was it something you submitted to them and then they reached out to you, or kind of what was that process like?
So it's a path of not a lot of people have done it this way. I started doing covers for Scout, right? So I did like 6 or 7 covers. I've worked with the guys and I've met them and talked to them about all the IPs. And I was like, hey, I've got this thing over here that I've been working on, and I think I'm going to start doing it. And they were like, cool. And so I did a cover for James Hike, who is the president of Scout. I did a couple of things for him, and in return, he said that he would be the editor for a book that I wanted to do. I said, all right, I want you to be my editor because you know how to write. You work for Scout, so you kind of have an inside track. So I was like, dude, I got someone who knows what the hell they're doing because it ain't me. And as we moved forward with the process, he said, I talked to the other partners and we'd like to just go ahead and move it on here and then just avoid the Kickstarter altogether.
Wow.
But it was the relationship that I built by doing the covers and doing the promotion and doing the shows and so that was all part of the package. Like they liked the presentation that I was giving off and said, you know what, let's rock and roll.
Right.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Man. Yeah. Cause I know you did you do a Stabby Bunny cover? I know you did the Venomous Little Ponies.
Venomous Little Ponies is an independent comic put out from Jacob Bear.
Okay.
And Bear Claw Studios. So that's not even a Scout book, but it started off Metal Shark Bro.
Yep, that was the one.
And then Planet Caravan, and then Headless, and then I did 2 covers for The Mall. But also I've done like 6 other covers for various titles that just haven't been used yet because either the title wasn't putting up the numbers to warrant a variant cover, or they were waiting for like let's say Star Bastard, for instance. That's already run its course. The trade paperback comes out next month.
Yeah.
So no one's really looking at getting a new one. But if 2 weeks from now Star Bastard lands a deal on Hulu, then people will be going back and maybe wanting to get their own #1. My covers will be available to be an exclusive for different comic book shops and stuff like that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So real quick, before we get going, I wanted to say hey to some people in the chat. So Jason Zizos.
Hello, Jason. That's a silverbacker right there.
Awesome, Jason. Well, come on over to YouTube, man, and that way everybody else can see your chats and you can hang out with everybody too. Jaden, hello. I think this might be the first time we've seen you. Hope you're doing well. Bamalink, sorry, man. We took a little bit of time. I'll take the blame for that. It was my fault. I was trying to finalize some things. I had to choose between perfection or running late. Very hard thing for me. Justin, hello, Justin. So Justin, if nobody's familiar, networking, hard work, and hustling, that's how comics are made. He is absolutely right. And that's how Justin got involved with comic books. He's a letterer. He's done work for DC and some other folks.
That was kind of the show last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then Tony
you guys
Fett.
did the X-Men. Count your X-Men down. All I wanted to do was punch y'all in the face.
I'm glad to know it bothered you that much, Brian. Oh man. What's up, Alex?
Alex, his fan art is actually in the Loggerhead ashcan.
All right.
That's awesome, man.
We'll see that later on then. And
then God Tank. So God Tank won the cover we did at our last giveaway. He's the one that's doing you're doing the sketch cover for we're paying for. And
this is the guy that's getting the cover.
Yep.
Oh, right on.
And he actually does artwork himself on blank sketches and stuff like that. So I tagged him and made sure that he knew it was going on so that he could enter in. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And then we got a couple more Chaos. What's going on, Chaos?
What's
and
up,
then
man?
Bud Butcher. So
he's a new silverbacker.
All right.
All right, Bud. Well, hey, man, come on over to the YouTube world so everybody else can hang out and talk to you back and forth. All right. So, Dustin, you want to kind of take it?
Yeah. So, I guess just a little, so me and Brian met last year at Atlanta ComiKon, and I came up and we talked for a while at his booth. He was showing me some of the stuff he's done. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's really, really cool stuff.
Yep.
And then I got hooked up with a comic store that is local to me, and he had a set up there one day, and we kind of met back up again. So, we've developed a friendship, and, I come in and hang out on Wednesdays, and if he's doing a sketch cover, I'm sitting right there over his shoulder watching the creation evolve in front of my eyes. And I remember the day when I came to the shop and you told me that Loggerhead had been picked up by Scout, and I think there was like rays of sunshine out of every orifice on you.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell anybody. That's what sucked.
Yeah, like how many other people knew besides me at that point? Because I know on Facebook you were like teasing all this stuff, and everybody's freaking out, like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" And I'm
Facebook,
like,
I was doing a countdown to the launch of the Loggerhead Kickstarter, and then like one day out of the blue, I just put up the Kickstarter's been canceled, and I didn't give an explanation or anything because for me, I like if it ain't drama, people don't care.
Yeah.
So if I put that up there, people are going to be like, "Yo, Brian, what the hell happened? What the hell happened?" And I have to be like, "I don't know." But so it was really painful because I was really proud that I had done something that someone else deemed worthy, and I couldn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah,
well, it's funny you say that.
People cared.
Well, and it's funny you say that because I remember whenever you did that, and I immediately screenshotted it and sent it to Dustin. I said, "Dude, what happened? I thought this was going on."
Because we were actually talking about bringing you on to talk about the Kickstarter and kind of help you spread the word about the Kickstarter. Like, I think we were trying to set that up for within a week.
Dude, I had like 3 or 4 podcasts and stuff. Like the week it launched, my schedule was booked up. You're going to appear here. You're going to appear here. And then I told them it got canceled, and they were like, "Oh, what's going on?" So, you take the good with the bad. It was funny. Yeah. I'm never going to get a chance to have my first comic book picked up again.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just wanted to explode and tell everybody because I was like that the whole time.
Awesome. So you wanted to put on an art contest. You're a huge artist. That's something that you excel at, you do great at, and I know that you enjoy seeing other people do their renditions of your character.
I can't wait.
I see it all the time on Facebook. In the Bryan SilverbaX HQ group.
Yeah, Silverbacks HQ is a Facebook group that I run on Facebook, and it's just a community of artists, not even just artists, it's creators. If you're doing film, if you're writing poetry, it's just like my little slice of good people staying creative and helping each other out. So that's kind of like where I wanted to build a little home for that. And it doesn't hurt that whenever Bryan has something going on, Bryan can say, hey guys, check out the shit that I got going on. But so the fan art thing, everybody who reads comic books has tried to draw Spider-Man before, has tried to draw Deadpool or whatever. They've always wanted to draw the comics. They may not have turned it into anything. So there's something to be said to see your character drawn by other people, regardless of skill level, regardless of style, just knowing that they care about it. So when I was doing the Kickstarter campaign, I had asked people for submissions of their version of Loggerhead, because when I was going to get the book printed up through Kickstarter, I was going to have as many people sit their stuff in. It was going to be in the book. That was my goal. But when I got it picked up by Scout, they have a page limit, and they just couldn't do that part.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to abuse the trust that the people had given me by sending their art and their hard work and time and dedication. So when I got Scout to agree to letting me do an ashcan, which is like a preview of the book. And inside the ashcan, I was allowed to showcase the fan art that I had received that I was going to showcase in the book had I done a Kickstarter. So that I'm really like, that's something I could have in that ashcan, I could have put another page of artwork, or I could have advertised more of my own stuff. But I really wanted to pay back to the people that had taken the time to take an interest in what I had going on.
Absolutely.
And so now they can say their stuff's published.
Absolutely. And I don't know if you can see it, but I do have the very last page on the ashcan where all the fan art is shown. So everybody's getting to see that now. You guys can take a look and see, where, like Bryan said, he took all the fan art that he had been given of Loggerhead, and it's actually published in the back of the ashcan. So that's
with
really
their name. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember back in Wizard magazine, I'm probably older than both of you guys, right? But when I had Wizard magazine, it was always cool to see the envelope art. Yeah. It was always cool to see the create your own wizard cover contest. I always wanted to win those. I never did. I never got my name published in. So this was me trying to recreate that for the next, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to pay it back.
Yeah. I didn't ever read Wizard magazine because I didn't get into comics till I was an adult, but I do remember getting the WWE magazine, and there was always the fan art portions in the WWE magazines.
Oh, really?
And I actually sent in, I think, a picture that I did of The Rock, and it got put in one of them when I was a kid.
That's awesome.
So, and I have looked, I can't remember what issue it was or any of that, but it was The Rock. He had the glasses on, the whole thing here with the eyebrow. And I always
That's the people's eyebrow.
Yeah. I loved that. When I got the WWE magazines as a kid, I would always flip through the artwork and look, and I'd be just so impressed with what some people were doing. And so, yeah, I definitely can appreciate that. Absolutely.
And so this contest that I wanted to do here, like, I haven't been in a lot of talks with my publisher, Scout. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of big fish. There's bigger fish to fry in the comic book world right now than dealing with Bryan and his one title. Like, we need to worry about Diamond. We need to worry about distribution. There's all this stuff going on. So I don't want to bother them with my problems. But if I understand everything correctly, Loggerhead is still coming out mid to late May.
Okay.
And I wanted to launch this contest to help raise awareness, because with everything going on in comic books right now, I'm afraid that people might not know that there's a new title. And so this was my way of coming up with a way to give back to people and at the same time help build a brand awareness of the character.
Absolutely.
That's perfect. Well, that's a perfect segue. So let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about it, okay? And what this contest is, what the rules are.
right.
and all of that good stuff
up as we go through it, so you
Yep.
guys can read what's going on with it too.
All right, so Loggerhead art contest. So Brian, if you want to explain what basically initially what it is you're looking for right here.
All right,
First
so
card.
the Loggerhead art contest, I need all submissions given by the 1st of May. So you have 2 weeks to come up with your favorite version of Loggerhead and submit it for this contest. Then I guess we would go to the next slide. So it does. So here we go. Now you take that art that you created and you put it on Instagram. You put it on Instagram and you've got to tag SilverbaX, INK, and tag Scout Comics and tag Two Brothers, right? Two Brothers Comics.
Yep.
Add the hashtag Loggerhead contest and Loggerhead is coming. And then the lovely team at Two Brothers Comics is going to curate all the people that have entered the contest.
Yep. And one thing I want to point out, the hashtags are so very important because at the end of this, that's how we're going to find your submission. Okay.
Yeah, that's how we track them.
Yep.
Now,
so
let's get into the good part real quick.
I have a question about the hashtags real quick. And I could be wrong, but Loggerhead is coming. Was I the first one to use that?
Fuck no.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure I did it. I don't know. Look it up. Ask Mr. Wizard Nick to look up the first hashtag. I bet it's me.
We'll have to look up who did Loggerhead's coming first.
Because I probably did it when I was actually drawing the pages.
Oh, okay.
No,
well, then I didn't know you used it, so that's cool. We kind of thought alike on that then.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like I even got it on the poster. Loggerhead is coming, the one that's at Killer Finds.
Awesome.
But, so here's what I wanted to do.
On Instagram, it was Dustin first.
Oh,
that's on Instagram though. Look, because he's got your one of your prize packs we've been giving out.
Well,
And
then I put it on Facebook first. Then,
and like 4 weeks later, you posted it. So
I did it on Facebook first.
Hey, it's Team Loggerhead though. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you know what? Who gives a shit? But right. So here's the thing I wanted to do. I wanted to make this different. I wanted to include as many people and as many different skill levels as possible. So I wanted the only way to vote for the winner of this contest after the first is by entering the contest.
Yep.
So the only way you can vote for someone to win is to turn in a drawing of Loggerhead and do the hashtag stuff. So if your best friend draws really well and you draw like crap, you still got to draw one and put it out there so that you can vote for your friends to win.
That's right. And so here are the rules. All right. So you got to enter by May 1st, enter as many times as you like, but vote once. So you can, right, Brian, you can draw as many as you want to put out there. Yeah. All right.
Because there's going to be different versions. Maybe you want to draw a funny version and maybe you want to draw a real one because Bryan SilverbaX has some of his own special prizes to put out.
And we're going to go through those here in just a second. They're pretty nice prizes. They're incredible prizes. But to be clear, you have to draw Loggerhead, right? Something in his likeness in some form or fashion.
Yeah, it could be a cartoon. It can be poorly drawn. It can be full color. It can be digital. You can make it out of clay. I don't care. But it needs to look like a giant turtle, a giant snapping turtle man with teeth. The thing that separates my character from a lot of other turtle characters is that open air teeth grill mark thing he's got going on.
Absolutely.
And if you need any reference, SilverbaX HQ on Facebook is a great place to reach out to me or to reach out to other people that have been involved with Loggerhead and doing fan art and stuff because we all kind of know the guy there.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'll do is I'll post in the description after this video the link to your Facebook group, the link to your Instagram and everything. Okay. So it'll be in the description. So it'll be simple enough for people to just click on and go forward.
I think the people are ready to hear what kind of fucking prizes they can win.
Absolutely. So, all right, let's start with the first one. Prize number 1.
Oh, you know what? We should have been clear. If the top vote getter will choose one of the 3 prizes.
Okay.
The second vote getter will choose what's left of those 2, and then the third highest vote getter will get the third prize that neither one of the first 2 have claimed.
Perfect.
So here we go. 9/8 CGC copy of the ashcan with a signature and a remark.
That's
Dude,
nice.
The first
Oh.
ever.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. That's incredible.
That cover looks familiar.
It should. I think you've seen just about everything.
It kind of looks like, well, it probably isn't where you got it from, but I was going to say, like, never mind, not even close. All right, so here's prize 2.
Prize number 2 is the promotional art that I did for a Scout project that is coming out later this month.
So one-of-a-kind original art. I love the turtle beak on that.
Yeah, you can see on the back my sketch.
Awesome. So you got.
So that's prize number 2.
All right. Prize number 3.
Prize number 3 is the original second page of Loggerhead Bloody Bayou.
That's
this
nice.
Is the original art with all the
be found in the ashcan, correct?
It is in the ashcan, but it's also in the book.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So those are the 3 big prizes. Those are what the top 3 vote getters are going to, all 3 top vote getters are going to get one of those 3 things.
Perfect, man. So I'm going to flip through it one more time just so everybody can see. So prize number 1, you're going to get the CGC 9/8 graded copy of the Loggerhead ashcan from Scout Comics. It's signed and remarked by yourself. And that thing is clean. It's got the gold label. And that is absolutely
pretty
gorgeous.
baller.
How proud does that make you to see that?
Yeah, dude, I really want the whole book. Like, just after that, I'll die. I'll be okay.
That's awesome, man. And then prize 2, one original piece of Loggerhead art drawn by SilverbaX. And you pulled that up. The thing is a lot bigger than I thought it was. I mean, that's
11 by 17 is not small.
Yeah, that's huge. I guess in my head and then seeing it's a little bit different. And then the same thing here as far as the size goes. A original art, page number 2 of the ashcan, and it's in the comic book, and it's gonna be signed, and you'll personalize it if they ask for it.
Correct.
So one other thing we're gonna do, Two Brothers is gonna throw in. Okay, we're gonna throw out a Two Brothers mystery box. Okay, we're gonna throw out some stuff. We'll put it together. If you've seen any of the prize packs we put out, they're absolutely phenomenal. Most of the times they come with a slab. And I mean, it's ridiculous. We thought some crazy stuff. So we're going to do that as well. So, and we'll talk a little bit about
your criteria.
Our criteria. We'll talk about it here in a minute.
All right.
Did you get the text message I sent you, Nick?
Yeah. No, but
that's what I think our criteria should be.
Okay.
I'm serious. I like it.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
What does that got to be?
That's fine. I like it. All right, and then so let's talk about how they let's tell everybody how they can win. So, what are
all right? So aside from the 3 big vote getters, those are going to be voted on by everybody that participated in the contest. I'm also giving out some of my personal prizes. So I'm going to look for the sexiest, the funniest, the best homage, and the best child under 12 artwork are all going to get some. I'm going to put together like a custom prize pack with prints, comic books, trading cards, just like a little thank you for playing. You get this award.
That's awesome. And real quick, just be clear. So on the awards, so the funniest and the best under 12, that means the best artist under 12 years old, right?
Correct.
Just making sure I'm clear. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the best sexiest, we just no nudity, right? For us to throw
whatever
it up.
Instagram allows.
And
we
then
won't be able to show it on here. So,
well, we got black bars, man. We got Photoshop.
And then Brian will again personally be choosing those. Now to go along with that, again, the Two Brothers Comics prize pack. What Dustin wants to do, and I think it's a pretty good idea. So, Dustin, you talk about it.
All right, guys. So this is Brian's book. This is Brian's character. This is Brian's contest. But this is mine and Nick's channel. So What you guys are going to do to get that Two Brothers prize pack is we want to see Loggerhead and Two Brothers artwork.
Chilling. Oh, so it's going to be Loggerhead hanging out with you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And we better look awesome.
What if they just hold up a sign? What if it's like a sign that says Two Brothers Podcast or Two Brothers Comics?
You could put Loggerhead in a Two Brothers Comics t-shirt. I don't care.
But it doesn't have to have your likenesses, right? It just needs to be branded Two Brothers Comics.
Two Brothers Comics related to Loggerhead.
All right. I mean, if I know that I'm going to get a Two Brothers prize pack that may or may not include a slab, I think I might want to try.
You go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Now we get to choose. We get to pick, right?
Yep.
So you two get to pick.
So we're getting to pick. We get to pick, and I don't know. Maybe we'll pick it. Maybe we'll put it up on our Instagram and let people vote on it. But we'll check it out. We'll take care of people, right?
All right.
So I don't think anybody's ever been disappointed.
Is that? How many prizes is that?
I think that's 7 total.
3 from that, 4 from me, and 1 from you guys. That was at 8.
Yeah, 8 because you have your 4 awards. You're picking your 3 prize packs. So possibly 8 people could be getting something pretty nice.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty. Only one. I didn't write this down there, but I should. We should also say, once you win, you can't that's it.
Yeah.
Like you can't win all 3 and then all that. Yeah. So don't think that you're going to win them all, because I wouldn't want that to happen if I was playing if I was in a contest.
So 1 prize per person.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
That seems fair. I think everybody should be good with that.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. And again, guys, so let's go back over the rules, because I know we got a lot of people that have popped in. So art contest, you're going to draw your version, post it on Instagram by 5/1. You're going to tag all 3 of us, SilverbaX Inc., Scout Comics, and Two Brothers Comics. Use those hashtags, because that's how we're going to pull them up on Instagram using the search functions. So you got to make sure you do that. And then now you have some tips here, right?
So you have to enter to win. Let's just make sure that you have to enter the contest in order to get to vote, and you can't vote for yourself.
And don't forget those hashtags, guys, because that is how we're going to track it.
All right. And then if you want any feedback, you want some suggestions, go to SilverbaX HQ group. It's spelled just like that on Facebook. And it's a pretty sizable group there. A lot of artists, I'm sure a lot of comics.
And I'm in there. So if you're like, hey, Brian, how many teeth does he have? I'll give you an answer.
Yep. I'm in there as well. And if you guys having problems finding it, hit us up on Instagram. We can get you the link. Make sure you get hooked up with that group. So
yeah, and I'll put it in the description afterwards. And then, of course, the Two Brothers prize pack. So let's show off some examples of some of the artwork that has been done. So I see some Action Comics homage.
That Action Comics is actually supposed to be getting done as a variant cover for a group out of Texas, I believe.
Yep.
Fantastic.
We'll make sure that the Space Cadets, something or other.
That's awesome. Now, Alex Munoz, his is the bottom right. He's in the chat, so we're glad to have you.
He's in the bottom right, but he's also done like 3 other Loggerhead fan arts that are posted in the SilverbaX HQ group.
Wow. That's awesome, man. Well, real quick, I want to say hey to some people in the chat that are just popping in. But then at the same time, if you have any questions while I'm going through saying hey to some folks in the chat, if you have any questions about the rules, the prizes, anything like that at all, go ahead and type them in, and I'll let Brian show off full screen some of the prizes again. That thing looks clean. So all right. Bamak says he's excited for the book. Alex said he thought that he appreciated it. His kids loved it. Now, William asked, is this a horror book? So that's a good idea. Why don't you talk a little about the premise of the book?
All right. So let me give you the rundown.
Hello, Disco.
So when I was being advised by James from Scout to write a book, he said, why don't you try to write it as if it's a horror story, right? Like a horror movie. So there is a definite component of horror, blood, guts, and some maiming that goes on. Yes.
Awesome. So we got a Mr. Pope says he needs that Metal Shark Bro stat.
I've only got a couple left. You're gonna have to hit me on the personal tip. I've only got like 3 or 4 left.
Oh, so somebody asked if you worked on.
Spoiler alert: these 2 guys don't make it out of the book.
All right. So Pope Cerebus asked if you worked on Metal Shark Bro.
I did the variant cover that was available through the Scout Comic store. I just did the cover where he was doing like this.
That's awesome.
And
I don't know if you want to plug it, but you do something else that's pretty cool too.
What are you talking about?
You're working on them every Wednesday at Killer Fine. So, I mean, I would think that'd be something cool you could show off a little bit too.
I do sketch cards.
Yep. Like who do you do those for?
Well, I do sketch cards for Marvel and Upper Deck. I don't have the ones that I'm not allowed to show you. They're top. Like when I get done with the cards, they go from my hands, they go to Upper Deck, then they go to Marvel. Marvel has to approve them, and then they send them back to Upper Deck, and then Upper Deck sends me a check.
That's awesome.
But these are examples. These are examples of my sketch cards. Like this is the Beast from the cartoon X-Men, but it's signed by the guy that did the voice of Beast.
Awesome.
So I keep these in my personal collection.
Do you have that Thanos one that just went for like crazy money on eBay recently?
Oh no, that was a guy that he's no longer with us. He passed away. So he commissioned probably from me. He probably had about $500 worth of what he paid me for the cards. But now his whole collection is going up. So that Thanos that was sold for like what was it, like $300?
I think it was almost $500.
Like 3 or 5, somewhere in there. Like let's say $400. It sold online for $400. He only paid me $50 for that card because that's what I was charging.
Right. That's awesome.
And then there's that Spider-Man. I did a Spider-Man with the Venom suit taken over that just sold on eBay for like $96. That was from the same guy's collection, and I sold that to him for $50 too.
So you may not be getting the extra money on it they're selling for, but it's showing that your art there's an appreciation value on your art.
Building value, yeah.
So God Tank had a question. What kind of paper do you usually draw on, and what kind of markers do you use, oil or water-based paint markers?
Well, I don't use oil anything. So it's alcohol-based or not alcohol-based. So for me, my pens usually consist of the regular old little Micron liner pens that you get at, let's see, Micron, Pigma, whatever. These are the ones I do the most work with. Now, keep it on me so I can show you this. Then there's this little Pentel brush pen, right? It's got a brush on one end, and it's got some refiller caps that you can add. So those are the two big. Those are my two big ones. And then this weird, I don't know. All of these come from Hobby Lobby. You can get them all at Hobby Lobby. So that's what I use. And the paper, I use Bristol vellum paper, 11 by 17.
Awesome. Right on.
And so once you've done your sketches and stuff, do you scan them in and then do your digital coloring and stuff? Is that how you do it? Or because I know you do quite a bit of digital art too, right?
Well, here a journey into the process of Bryan. So I'll be at my computer and I will have drawn this on the computer.
Yeah.
Just to make sure. And then I'll print it out and then I'll light box it on my drawing table and I'll hand draw it. I'll scan it back in and then I'll do the digital colors. So that's my process for finished comic book stuff. Mm-hmm. But for the sketch cards, you draw right on the card, and if it ain't on the card, you ain't getting it. Like there's no scanning, there's no digital colors. You have to put the color right in on the cards.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and you guys
those cards are genuine art. Like those cards are an actual piece of art on the card. It's not that I drew the card and they printed 20 of them. It's a one of a kind.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, you guys can if you're following Bryan on Facebook, you guys can most of the time find him in there multiple times a week, actually doing these live sketch covers. And as soon as I get God Tank's book in, I'll be getting it to Bryan, and you guys can go watch him do God Tank's Aquaman. So, and
we're going Aquaman.
Yeah, he wants an Aquaman. So he saw you did, I think, a Nightwing cover. So he he wanted to try to do something like that. So I think that's going to be cool.
With the face and then with the figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and it's really cool to watch. You know, I mean, I watch a lot in person on Wednesdays, but getting to watch online is really cool too, because that's awesome.
I did that one the other day.
Yeah. And it's cool to see it because, you know, you see how your mind works completely different from someone like me who doesn't have a clue what you're doing. Like I watched the biggest one I can think of was when you did that Bane cover recently.
Yeah.
And
I really like how that turned out. Holy shit, that looked awesome.
Oh yeah. Me and my 4-year-old were sitting there watching you, and you were about halfway to 3/4 through, and I'm like, where is he going with this? Because
it just
looks like a bunch of black splotches all over the place, and I'm not understanding what he's doing. But then by the time you're done with it, it's like, oh my God, Jesus! It looks like it looks like the pages got leather on it with light. It's really cool to watch. So definitely, guys, if you aren't, make sure you check that out on Facebook, because if it's something really cool to sit and watch the time. It's pretty satisfying watching that black marker stroke across there when he goes back and hits the line works and stuff. I mean, I can't count how many times I've went in on Wednesdays to pick my books up, tell my wife I'll be home soon, and then I've watched Bryan, you know, knock out 3 sketch covers. So, you know, it's really cool to watch for sure.
Well, thank you, man.
Absolutely. Now, do you have anything else, any other artwork or anything like that you want to show off and show kind of people what you do? Because again,
I can show you this one. I just did this one.
Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, we saw that on your Instagram. That thing is nice. Now, real quick. So somebody, let me see. So yes, Southern Comic Geek. This is the guy you bought all the covers for. So Southern Comic Geek bought the Flash cover, and which other one did he?
And he also bought the
Bounty Hunters.
Yep, the Bounty Hunters.
So those things are awesome.
Thank you for that, my friend.
Tank is going to freak so crazy to get a truly BA sketch cover by a BA artist. That's awesome.
Well, thank you for using the acronym BA for me. Sometimes I feel like I do create some BA, but it feels kind of douchey to say that I made something BA.
Oh man! Now, is that one of your shirts you designed and drawn yourself?
Okay, yeah, those prints he made right there are really cool.
Dude,
the horror one.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I think the horror one you did, the 31 Days of Halloween, that one, I mean, was awesome.
All right, so, oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, yep.
And so I've shown that off every time I've been in there and been live streaming.
And they're numbered.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Well, this
you
was
had
not
some
numbered.
that were gold too, didn't you?
All the gold ones sold.
Yeah.
I have that one I was holding up. This is a gold Thanos. This is a metallic gold Thanos, though.
Awesome.
Ed Williams, hello. He's saying, what's up?
Loggerhead is coming. But no, so I try to be active on Instagram and Facebook. And if anyone ever like reaches out to me and like has any questions about art or technique or style or, you know, what have you got going on, I do my best to offer advice and to not steer you wrong. I'm also not going to tell you your stuff looks good when it looks like shit. So like I don't believe that
I've seen it.
I don't believe that filling somebody full of hot air, it does them any good. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to straight up say you've got a turd in front of you, but I'm going to say, hey man, we're going to have to take that back to basics, and we need to start and get one thing right. Because what a lot of young artists do is they try to bite off way more than they can chew and do with this huge Todd McFarlane 8-character piece when you don't even have anatomy down. So now you've got 8 weird looking things on a piece of paper when you need to focus on Let me get my face right. Let me get my anatomy right. Let me do one character right. Now I can try to do 3. Now I can try to do a background. So if you want real advice, I'm gonna be the one to help you.
Yep,
Fantastic.
I've definitely seen that in the group there, and people seem to definitely take to it.
So God Tank, I saw 36 Chambers in here. A few other people from the YouTube community that do custom sketches. Do us a favor, guys. I'm gonna post out. I'm gonna do some more editing. Put together kind of like a video graphic. I'm gonna put it on IG. If you guys will do me a favor and share that out whenever I do that. So anybody else in the comic community that does the artwork or maybe just wants to take a shot at trying to win some of these prizes,
yeah, dude,
you guys share that out for me.
I just can't. Someone is gonna win this.
Yeah.
Like it's a 9/8 brand new title. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. And
you know what? I think we're gonna do another giveaway though.
Oh, don't break the bank. You know what? I was thinking about it. Maybe we'll reevaluate next week. Like we could say if there's over 100 entrants within this first week, then we'll both add another prize. Like we'll base it on the amount of entries that have been up to that point.
We can look at that.
So that way it'll encourage more people to participate in the contest.
Yeah.
And then we'll just give away more hotness. Because you know what else I got?
He's gone.
He gone.
No, I'm coming back.
Uh-oh.
I was about to pull that out.
I got a year 0 yellow labeled 9/6 with Loggerhead right over here.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And a remark. This was the first book that I used to base everything off that you see in this book.
Awesome.
So there might be, who knows what'll happen.
So I want to do something just for those of the viewers here that that maybe you're not an artist, maybe you're not someone who can participate in this, but you're wanting to get a hold of some of this Loggerhead material. So when Loggerhead drops, I'm going to purchase a copy of Loggerhead. I'm going to get a ashcan, and I'm going to get a year 0. I'm going to get them all signed if I can somehow manage to get Bryan to sign them. And I'm going to make sure that we do a giveaway with those. And all you're going to have to do with that is make sure you're subscribed to our channel.
Oh.
Hit the like button. Comment in the video, #Loggerhead is coming. And when Loggerhead releases in May, we're going to revisit and do a live giveaway, and somebody's going to get an ashcan, issue number 1 of Loggerhead, and you're going to get the year 0, all signed, and we're going to mail those out to you. So that's just a little extra something for hanging out.
I'm just going to tell you, I hope that Two Brothers has a big bank account, because once Loggerhead comes out, my signing charge goes up to $50 a signature.
Dustin, don't worry. Dustin still got some of that stimulus money, man.
All right.
I've watched you sign enough things. I might could figure it out. He showed me how to do the BS on the bottom there now. So
yeah,
he showed me
hieroglyphics.
So, and that again, those comments need to be made on this YouTube video. So, for anybody watching on Facebook from the Bryan SilverbaX group, I've posted the link to our channel in that chat. So all you got to do is jump over, hit the subscribe button, and then type #Loggerhead is coming in the comments after the video.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yep.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions at all?
All right. So that's the truth. He does respond to him. William Smallwood. Hello. Again. Hello. Somebody saying such an awesome character, inspirational. Dustin actually had some of that artwork he picked up from you for a while, or still does somewhere.
Yeah, I've got, which one do I have? Because I know I had someone come over here and they were a huge John Wick fan, so I let them take that John Wick home because she was just going nuts about it. They were actually
on t-shirt,
and she saw it in the room over here, and I was like, you know what? If you really, I was like, why don't you just take it with you? I was like, I know the guy. I'm sure I can get another one if I need it. I was like, but you're going nuts about it. You take it. So I've been able to actually spread the Silverbacks artwork around that I purchased from you. So
all right, so Jason has a question. Where can he get Loggerhead in the comic? When it's made available, whatever day it comes out in May, you can buy it from the Scout Comic Store online directly from Scout Comics, or you should be able to pre-order it at a comic book store through Diamond. But I think right now your best bet is to just get it from Scout Comics web store.
Yep.
Because here's the thing, if you get it from Scout Comics web store, you'll have 3 covers to choose from.
Right. Absolutely. And I just put the link in for Scout Comics. Austin, glad to have you, man. I know you were over there at Jim's channel hanging out for a while. So glad you could be here with us. If you are an artist, man, to do a quick recap for everybody that might have just joined, we're doing an art contest. Go back maybe 10-15 minutes, and you'll see all the rules. I'm going to chop this video up a little bit. I'm going to do some editing, create a smaller link so that we can share that on Instagram, Facebook, the Twitter sphere, put it in Bryan SilverbaX's group so that everybody and anybody who may be interested will get the word out, okay?
Yep, you've got to the end of the month to create cool Loggerhead stuff and tag it appropriately.
Yep. And again, the other thing that you guys can do to just pick up, we're going to send out signed copies of Loggerhead, the Ashcan, and Year Zero. We're going to send out free copies, all signed. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the like button, and comment in the comments under this YouTube video, #Loggerhead's coming. When the book comes out, I'll get my hands on them, and we'll do a live giveaway drawing for that.
Fantastic. Well, Bryan, anything else at all? The platform is yours. Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to go over?
I really just want to support creativity, and I'd like to say thank you for anybody who gives a shit about anything that I do. And don't forget about small press is press too. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And that's why we do what we do, whether it's with Scout Comics, Mad Cave, you individually, everybody else individually we talk to. We're going to have some more indie creators on tomorrow.
Speaking of Mad Cave, have you guys talked to Joseph Smokey, right? Joe Smokey? He's got a title over there at Mad Cave. I thought you guys might have talked to him. But he also is doing Murder Hobo, which is the drawing that I posted the other day of the old man.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys need to definitely check out his Instagram and his Facebook page because some of that artwork that's coming out is it's absolutely incredible. And then obviously you're always posting up
always doing live sketches covers, man, on Facebook.
Yep. Perfect. So all right. Well, if there's nothing else, Dustin, Bryan, you guys want to wrap it up?
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for helping me put this on because I don't have the resources because I'm too busy trying to crank out artwork over here.
Absolutely, no problem. And as I wanted to also let you know, next week on Wednesday night, we're gonna have you talk about promoting creativity. I found a guy on Facebook that does something with his artwork I've never seen done before. And I think from what he said and from what I've seen, I think he's the only guy on the planet that does this. So make sure
that's the only teaser we get.
That's right. So
Bryan,
I'll tell you what he does.
I want you to look because I'll let you guys know we're going to be burning some comic books on Wednesday. So you guys make sure to check out the live stream for that.
I was gonna say he takes the little ball or the little point pins and
no, it's not like
draws with his own blood on the car.
No, we're gonna be burning some comic books on Wednesday night, guys, and we're gonna be promoting that, and you guys will know about it. But make sure if you're on Facebook watching, come over here to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that ringing bell next to the subscribe button, so you get notified when we go live, when we post new content. You don't miss out on anything. Because I promise you guys, you're gonna find something that we do that you like, or you might end up finding something you don't like. You can let us know. We're always looking for that constructive criticism. But I'm telling you guys now, you don't want to miss out on Wednesday night for sure.
And then tomorrow we're gonna have the guys from Kanto on for a little bit, and then we're gonna be doing our Saturday night Comic Book Babble-on. Totally stole that from Kevin Smith and his Hollywood Babble-on, but I do not care because he's never gonna care. Or even notice, but that's okay. Now, Bryan, it's always tradition. The guest on the channel ends with the collect your way and the finger gun.
Right.
So you ready? Have you been practicing?
I have not been practicing.
You should be pretty good at this because you were a police officer for a while, right?
Yeah, but I only shot with my right hand. I never did the double-handed shooting.
So
it was either like this or like this.
So that's one thing that people don't know about you, maybe, is you were a police officer. And if you go to your website, there's also some other really cool background information, pieces of information about you as well.
Undercover.
Yeah, I was in the Army and I was a policeman. Deal with it.
And you did some acting, right?
Undercover brother.
Do. But right now, Undercover Brother, The Walking Dead. What's that show, The Outsider, that was just on HBO?
Yeah. Awesome, man. All right. You ready?
Yes.
So now I'll say as always, and then you and Dustin with the finger guns, and you say collect your way.
Have a good night, guys. Come hang out with us tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and then again tomorrow night on our live stream.
And as always,
collect your way.
Collect your way.